Welcome back to my channel Motor. Today we're diving into the 2026 Corvette C7 Grand Sport. Is a fascinating machine to discuss, because it sits at the intersection of heritage and modernity, offering the kind of driving experience that blends raw, analog excitement with the technological refinement expected in a performance car of its era. The Grand Sport has always held a unique place in the Corvette family. It's not the fire-breathing supercharged monster like the Z06, nor is it simply a base Stingray with some dress-up parts. Instead, it takes the naturally aspirated purity of the Corvette's iconic small block V8 and wraps it in the widened, track-focused chassis of the higher performance model, giving enthusiasts a package that is both balanced and thrilling. The 2026 model, though not radically different from earlier years in the C7 generation, brings subtle refinements and an overall polish that make it one of the most desirable iterations of this Corvette lineage. At the heart of the 2026 C7 Grand Sport is the familiar 6.2-liter LT1 V8 engine, producing 460 horsepower and 465 pound-feet of torque. Unlike the Z06's supercharged LT4, the Grand Sport sticks to natural aspiration, which translates to a more linear power band and a throttle response that feels direct, immediate, and predictable. This makes the car exceptionally engaging to drive, especially for those who prefer to wring out an engine and feel every ounce of its mechanical soul without the sometimes abrupt surge of forced induction. The engine's sound is intoxicating, a deep American burble at idle that crescendos into a sharp, roaring wail as the tack needle swings toward its redline. The optional performance exhaust only enhances the experience, giving drivers the kind of auditory thrill that makes even a simple drive to work feel like an event. Where the Grand Sport truly distinguishes itself is in the way it handles. By borrowing the Z06's wider body, adaptive suspension, upgraded cooling, and sticky tires, it transforms the base Corvette platform into something with real track day potential. Yet, unlike the Z06, it doesn't feel overpowered or intimidating. The balance is near perfect, with just enough power to keep things exciting, but not so much that traction becomes an ongoing battle. The steering is sharp and precise, and thanks to the wide stance and magnetic ride control system, the Grand Sport feels glued to the road when pushed hard. Whether you are tackling sweeping corners at high speed or threading through tighter bends, the chassis inspires confidence. It communicates clearly, rewarding skillful inputs while also being forgiving enough for less experienced drivers to enjoy. The car feels alive, urging you to drive harder and explore its limits, but it never crosses into feeling unruly or dangerous. The transmission options also add to the character of the 2026 Grand Sport. Purists will gravitate toward the 7-speed manual gearbox, which not only allows full engagement but also features rev-matching technology that makes every downshift smooth and precise. For those who want quicker shifts and convenience, the 8-speed automatic is still available, offering lightning-fast gear changes and surprisingly intelligent programming that adapts well to spirited driving. Both transmissions suit the car's personality, though the manual remains the more emotionally satisfying choice, especially for enthusiasts who view the Grand Sport as a driver's car above all else. Visually, the 2026 C7 Grand Sport is unmistakably aggressive yet elegant. The widened fenders and aerodynamic details give it a stance that's muscular without being overdone. It carries a sense of purpose, like a car built for the track but still civilized enough for everyday roads. The heritage-inspired hash mark stripes on the front fenders nod to Corvette racing history, and the range of available paint and stripe combinations allows for personalization that can make each example feel unique. From certain angles, especially from the rear three-quarter view, the Grand Sport looks as if it's crouched and ready to pounce, its quad exhaust tips and sculpted rear fascia emphasizing performance. It is a car that commands attention without needing to shout too loudly, something not every modern sports car can claim. Inside, the C7 Grand Sport has come a long way from the plasticky interiors that once plagued Corvettes of earlier generations. The cabin feels genuinely premium, with materials like leather, carbon fiber, and aluminum lending a sense of quality and craftsmanship. The seats, especially the available competition sport buckets, are supportive and well bolstered, perfect for track use yet still comfortable enough for longer trips. The digital driver display offers a wealth of information, from performance metrics to navigation, while still being customizable to suit personal preference. The infotainment system is modern, intuitive, and responsive, integrating well with smartphones and offering features that make the car as livable as it is thrilling. For a car that emphasizes performance, it doesn't skimp on technology or convenience. Driving the Grand Sport daily is surprisingly easy. Thanks to the adaptive suspension, it can soften up for city streets and highway cruising, delivering a ride that is firm but never punishing. Visibility is decent for a car of its shape, and the hatchback design allows for a level of practicality that might surprise those unfamiliar with Corvettes. There's enough cargo space for a weekend getaway, making the car viable not just as a weekend toy but also as something that could realistically fit into an enthusiast's daily life. Fuel economy, while not exceptional, is respectable given the performance, thanks to cylinder deactivation technology that shuts off half the cylinders during light cruising to save fuel. On the track, the Grand Sport comes alive in a way that few cars in its price range can match. The combination of naturally aspirated power, a balanced chassis, massive grip, and serious braking performance makes it feel like a machine built with motorsport in its DNA. The optional Z07 performance package takes things even further, adding carbon ceramic brakes, Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2 tires, and aggressive aerodynamic elements. With this package, the Grand Sport becomes an outright track weapon, capable of lap times that rival far more expensive exotic cars. Yet, even in its standard form, the car offers more performance than most drivers will ever fully exploit. What makes the 2026 Corvette C7 Grand Sport so special is its ability to straddle two worlds seamlessly. On one hand, it's a highly capable sports car, track-ready and engineered with precision. On the other, it's approachable, livable, and emotionally rewarding in a way that supercharged or turbocharged machines sometimes aren't. The naturally aspirated engine offers a purity of feel that is becoming increasingly rare in the modern performance car landscape, as manufacturers move toward forced induction or electrification. For enthusiasts who value the visceral connection between car and driver, the Grand Sport represents one of the last great examples of that ethos. Compared to its rivals, the Corvette Grand Sport punches far above its weight. Cars like the Porsche 911, Jaguar F-Type, and BMW M4 all offer compelling experiences, but few can match the Corvette's combination of raw performance, driving engagement, and value. The Grand Sport delivers supercar-level handling and acceleration at a price point that remains far more attainable. It is a car that embodies the idea of democratizing performance, offering world-class thrills without demanding an exotic car budget.